Well, hello there. We are back for episode 182. Thanks for checking in tonight, April 2nd. Our sponsor is Ammo Supply Warehouse. New banner over my shoulder. Coupon code TREMIS10 for $10 off any order over $100. So I convinced Becker. Oh, God, my hair looks terrible for getting a haircut. So I convinced Becker to do a new banner, and it has a Space Marine helmet on it instead of a Death's Head or a Stormtrooper. So this will be the third one that he has offered. TJ, hello, sir. You may have recognized some of that music in the beginning. And interestingly enough, I was going to do just one of the regular timers today that didn't have like the extra Wolverine Warfare bit added at the end. And Restream has changed a bunch in the last couple of weeks, and all the old timers are gone. So I had saved them so I could edit them and put my own music with them. So I have a copy. I didn't make a new one today for tonight. So I had the only timer that's on the built-in video clips that you can play is the one that I saved from before. So I have to go make some new ones too, I guess, that aren't so Wolverine Warfare themed. Not that I don't think Wolverine Warfare isn't worth talking about. It's sold out, it's oversold, and like there's no point keep pimping that out. So you know, um, Javier, hello. Jason Hedrick, hello. Jason, remind me to. I know you remind me to get with you about the Mantis Titan. They're getting ready to ship real quick, so we can get everybody's money collected that pre-ordered one. Thanks, TJ. Also, our other sponsor tonight, speaking of backgrounds, is right there. Five Rivers Armament. We're going to get that moved around so you can see it better. There is a corner right over there behind that black curtain. And I just got to see if I can't slide that curtain. I have the curtain set up so in case I ever want to film like any ISIS videos with a black curtain in the background and it's split apart. And I got to see if I can get the left end over to the right end. So then you'll be able to see where the pallet wall meets the brick. But then I can turn the there over here, the Five Rivers Armament poster. See? So Colt, hello, sir. TJ says, are you choosing the Mantis over the dry fire mag setup for pistol dry practice? Not necessarily, but I had just enough people interested in the dry fire mag, the smart mag from them, to make the opening order that they required, which is a couple $1,000s. And when the Titan was released, by far and large, most of them said, oh yeah, forget that dry fire mag. I don't know when it's coming. Just get me a Titan because it costs less, and it does. So I no longer now have enough pre-orders of the smart mag from dry fire mag to make an opening order without me sitting on a bunch of stock. And I don't really sell stuff. Like that's not my the thing that I do to make money. So I don't really want to have a bunch of stock. Like I want to have one thing, whatever, like, so Blackbeards, I keep a Blackbeard here. And if I sell it, I'll buy two more. And, well, usually what I'll do, I buy two at a time and then wait till I run out and buy two at a time. And usually that's when somebody orders one. So I usually don't have more than one sitting here. And I'll do the same with Titans. And I like to do that with dry fire mags. But again, I'm going to crowdsource the opening order. Tom, hello, sir. So where were we? We were talking Titans. Oh, that's coming up real soon. here in this month of April. Also, the Gen 2 ETQs are coming out. I'm supposed to have my opening order by mid-April. There is still a pre-order going on over on the website. If you search medical stuff, I probably could put a link up here where you can, the free shipping. Copy, bring it over here, paste, post, pow. Tim Larson, hello, sir. So if you want to get a ETQ and not pay shipping, you can. That's still happening. Anyhow, but yeah, Titans are coming out this month, although I'm less excited about them for a reason, nothing to do with the Titan itself. So, Shinde, hello, sir. What have we got? I know I had some memos to mention. I'll just go ahead and I'll go right into the one memo. So the reason I'm less excited about the Titan has nothing to do with the Titan itself, because I think it's awesome, is that I will be able to use it some in Fish 3.5, which is coming up. And I have another 3.5 in December. And I don't know in a class that I'll get a lot of other chance to use it. I'll get to use it at home. I don't even have a fucking Glock holster. So I have a bunch of loaner Glock holsters, but nothing that I would carry. I do have a 48 holster, but they don't have a 48 Titan yet. So maybe when they come out with one of those, I'll pick up one of them for me too. They're going to someday have a 365. I don't know if it's going to be a macro or an XL or what, but I'll get one of them. And anyway, but there isn't going to be a lot of opportunity to use it in a class setting, which is a little, I wish there was. But it brings me to 2026. I know you're like, fuck, 2025 literally just started the training season. We had our first like outdoor live fire class 2 weeks ago, and but starting to already plot like what order things will be in for next year. And I don't foresee a pistol class happening at all, other than the Mainville Firearms Protection course, which I do as a favor to the local club, and it is a introductory pistol course. That will probably be the only strictly pistol class that I do at all in 2026. Just on things I want to get done, and the amount of time that I want to spend doing things, I don't see me having a lot of time for standalone live fire pistol classes. We're going to do a master class in 2026, and that will have some pistol portion, and we'll do vehicle dynamics, which has a pistol portion. Probably won't run another malfunction workshop next year, which has a pistol portion. But we have one coming up though, like literally real quick. Like I think I can even put it on the ticker. What's your major malfunction this Saturday? Make long guns common to carry in public again. I like the way you're thinking. But yeah, so next year we'll have a reduced training schedule for classes, and they will be predominantly focused on things that involve rifles, whether those be force on paper, small unit tactics. Hell, even the vehicle class is mostly rifle. Be more rifle for next year, than more rifle than pistol this year. So there's that. Ooh, excuse me. Drinking some green apple woodchuck cider this evening, courtesy of Banco Beverages. Yes, that ASW sign is pretty fucking kick ass, isn't it? Finally pushed Becker to go that way. And as a matter of fact, it ties into the only question I got tonight on tonight's Q&A, which we'll do towards the end, in case you guys can muster up some other questions along the way. But Tom, you should talk to him and see if he couldn't get you hooked up with one of them banners. I know the artist was not me. I don't want to say who because I don't want that dude getting in trouble for copyright infringement and shit. I know how GW is. Speaking of classes and training, Max, hello, sir. We had our first class at the new Calumet range. That's Calumet. That is what we're naming the new range. It is pretty much within walking distance of the dark range. I'm going to call it walking distance. I'll walk it all day, every day. Not everybody will walk it. They'll complain. But class went fine. The range, while it is very rustic at this point, it has a lot of possibilities. In fact, Fiore and I tomorrow are going over to the range to do some exploration. I want to say right where we have the range is on a corner of the property. And if you expand that from that corner, we have, we can go, a couple of directions. I think we have about 160 acres that we can use for whatever the fuck we want. Like that was how it was given to me. You can use any of this property for whatever the fuck you want. And it followed up with, please don't start fires that we have to, call the fire company to put out. Oh, the only magazine supplier. You should move, bro. Just saying, you should move. And if you're going to move, it doesn't matter if you move 10 minutes away or 20 hours away. Probably somewhere you could go where you'd be much happier freedom-wise. TJ was going to come up here and do the nods workshop after Chris Bondi's class. He'd have been fucking smoked. I got to say, because I did 2 classes that day, and we did a buddy dynamics during the day. It's all 2-man stuff. And then we did the nods workshop, and I was fucking exhausted. Max, so this is on coal company property, and they recently had a coal mine fire, and the fire company couldn't put it out. The coal company had to put it out, but they had to put it out by moving massive amounts of earth that was on fire to a place somewhere else so it wouldn't spread to the more massive amounts of earth to be on fire. So, oh God, we had so many guns go down, ended up with 2 13-hour range days. Well, I'm not going to lie. Wasn't a single soul there that learned anything after like the 10-hour mark. I'm like, students don't do it. They don't even really learn at the 10-hour mark. But on the second 13-hour day, there was 0 retention. Hopefully, Chris lets people video class so that they can go back and listen to what he had to say because they didn't listen to him the first time. But yeah, Calumet, it's going to be a real winner. We're going to bring up some earth moving equipment, build up some berms, bigger and better places. We're also going to bring up some digging equipment, or not like fucking bobcats and whatnot. And we are going to replicate some trenches, like modern day trenches, not like World War I trenches. So think Ukrainian trenches. I'm going to do a little bit of that. Also got some spots where students are going to do some OPLP fabrication. It's going to be cool. And there's enough traffic up there like four-wheelers and side-by-sides and that kind of thing, that when we do an OP-LP, there'll actually be shit to watch. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, totally stoked about it. Couple of the guys that were up there, like I think we all could see the possibilities for it. Oh man. So let's see. Go down my list here. Snake staff pre-order, talked about that. Oh, on the I should have went and got. So heard from experts that trenches were never going to be used again. I'm sure by 1919, nobody ever wanted to see one again. Positive by 1930, they thought, we'll never have to deal with this. And yep, here we are. Mere 100 years later, and we're already back to essentially second generation warfare. Like trench warfare is second generation warfare. We're currently in the midst of a bunch of fifth generation warfare, which is what some people call no contact warfare, more informational warfare and hurting people in other ways than just blowing them up and lighting them on fire. But you know, it is what it is. I did make the post yesterday about first generation warfare. You know, squaring up, standing in line, anchoring your feet to the earth, and just shooting at the other guy and flipping a coin, seeing who wins. So my April Fool's classes were stand and deliver pistol and stand and deliver carbine. They are to be held on April 1st of next year, and for $1,000 for a 4-hour class. And they're on the website, like, you know, they're there. $500 range fee, $1,000 class. Somebody signed up. I think it was for pistol. Now, they are one of the Warrior Lodge members, so they get 100% off of all classes. So they got the $1,000 for free. But there's still a $500 range fee, so we'll see if they don't cancel before next year. I promise you, for $1,500 a head, I will, for 4 hours, teach everything that I can fucking remember from my competition days. We'll bring out shot timers and B8 targets and that IPSC fucking amoeba-shaped target. And, you know, we'll have non-retention holsters, like not even friction fit, whatever the rage is at that kind of price. Oh no, force on force is not acceptable. The stand and deliver crowd does not treat it as force on force. It means nothing to them. So anyhow, that was the why did we get caught up in that? April 1st, April 2nd. That was my April 1st thing. Fourth generation, second generation. Oh yeah, we're building trenches. We're building trenches amongst a bunch of other things up at the Calumet Range. And I have always been big on hosting whoever I was friends with that wanted to come up and teach, but we're going to get stingier. Jason Hedrick started watching some of Tactical Forge's videos today after I mentioned it. That is good because they are, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, not in a bad way, they are my book of the week, mostly because it was all I had ready to go when I found out my book of the week, like the previous fucking book, of the week is out of print, and I apologize, but not too long ago, I'll come back to the Tactical Forge in the Book of the Week thing. Tom says, amazing how often history has proven standing around and waiting to get shot doesn't work. Weird, because they keep fucking doing it. Just fucking over and over again. Probably because there are people in office buildings, south of Delaware that it makes a pretty picture on their wall. We'll put the people here, and they put their little push pins in, and or they have the big table with the little flag things, and they reach out and they slide them over and move them around. And anyhow, but they keep doing it. So anyhow, back to the book of the week. We'll do the full book of the week. It's on the list, so we might as well do it right now. I know some of you actually appreciate the books of the week. So I'll copy, link URL. And I'll give you this one. I'll hit print in a second. It's right here. So I'm on the wrong fucking screen, so I can't see. So here's the book. It is the Small Unit Tactics Handbook, the Modern Minuteman, or the Small Unit Tactics, the Modern Minuteman Handbook, Tactics, Tips, and Procedures by John Case. I know it's Mick Black. It's weird. He has 3 books on Amazon, and one's a fiction novel, but the 2 nonfictions, he's got Mick Black, and the other one's Mick Tropic. And I was like, oh, but they're both gay and retarded, but no accounting for cover taste. The book is pretty good. John Case, I discovered him on Instagram, of all places, and I can't find him on Instagram again, so I don't know if he's still there. The book is out of print. His other 2 books are out of print. It's not a super thick book, but it is probably the best introductory book to modern Minuteman style small unit tactics that I've read. Most of the pictures are good. Let's see if I can't find. Well, when he talks about gear, there are actually like full color photos in there about what type of gear. But every once in a while, there's a photo. Let me see if I can't find one to the, so like when they're talking about, where were we? Try to get back out. Was a good one. Talking about fire maneuver, and like there's like color diagrams, and there's only a few where most people do. Here's one. Let's get that. There's a few of these ones that look like they were Xeroxed out of like a military manual, but I would say more than half of them are not. They're quality artwork, and it doesn't go into a bunch of stupid minutia that might not be relevant to somebody who doesn't have a large army backing them up. It's not the most detailed book. It has enough in it to get a group of dudes moving. And so here's the link on Amazon. It says it's out of print, but if it comes back in print and you have it like in your wish list, it will let you know. And I'll apologize for giving you guys nothing but out of print books to recommend. And like I said, I didn't realize, I just went to get the link because it came out in like 2023. So I didn't think it would be out of print. So I went to get the link and I was like, what do you mean out of print? And then I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. At least like the Bill Lind book, 4th Generation Warfare, there's enough copies on the market. You can find it from like thrift books and stuff. I did not see that anywhere. So I would just bookmark it in Amazon. And if he decides to reprint it, you'll get like the notification. So what that made me do was just go back to today's Instagram post and be like, hey, I'm going to recommend Tactical Forge. So let me go down here and get you guys a different link. Open link URL. I'm going to post it right here. I don't really know anybody at Tactical Forge. I think that pretty sure the dude's name is Ben, or that's at least the name that he uses on the interwebs, maybe to throw people off. But again, also found on Instagram, and then migrated over to find him on the YouTubes. And the thing that got me was he had these little videos. I guess they're shorts, whatever Instagram calls them. That might be a YouTube thing. Reels, tic-tac type things. And he would print a piece of paper and the camera be looking at the paper. And sometimes you'd see his hands as he had to like demonstrate like, directions or whatever. And it was like 30-second tactics. And I was like, what a bunch of great videos. Again, not a ton of detail, general overview idea of what the principle was. And then he'd talk about it. And the talking part was a little more detailed than just the print part. And one of them I watched, and he said, hey, if you like these, you can actually buy the digital file of all of them over on my Etsy shop. I was like, oh shit, he's got an Etsy shop. So what do? I go over to the Etsy shop. And let me get them here. I, of course, download, and then because I'm old school, print out all of the 30-second tactics series. I'm going to drag this over here so I can see a little better. I got 3 monitors here. This will help. So like, what the hell ever this one says, infantry squad structure. I'm just going to pick another one. What's this one? Soviet style units. There's obviously mechanized units. Picked a different one right here. Land nav, understanding military grid reference system. And like he would just have one of these and he would do a little block of instruction about it. And I was like, man, what a great content, and a format that's super digestible. And I want him to keep making these. I'm going to go spend some money with them. So while I was over there downloading this file, I also found these things. And they're called something. I probably should click that link myself and see what he calls these things. So they are field cards. So they're laminated and they got a little ring in them. They're paper punched. And like this one is battle drills. And it gives you some of the more common like military battle drills in them. I don't think all 12 of them are in here. But machine gun tactics, machine gun marksmanship, convoy operations, patrolling, fighting positions. I just snagged a couple random ones that he has like bundles and singles. And I thought, what a nifty little thing you could take to the range with you to work on stuff with your guys. So I wanted to help support them. And so I got some of these field cards, which are weatherproof, the 30-second, 30-second tactics things. And while I was there, I got this, which these I don't think he prints himself, unlike the rest of them. Tactical playing cards. So they're like multicam on the back. And then the front has like, this is the Ace of Hearts and has basic patrolling formations. I don't know if I can even get that up there enough for you guys to see it. And then, that's upside down. Here is the King of Diamonds. That was the same as one of those other things. What do we got here? Five of spades. Area recon. And then obviously I get a little too close for that to focus on it. A little diagram and some information on it. So, if you're sitting around, as I said, playing Go Fish with your friends and you got your hand of cards, like there are things on there that you could just be picking up and learning while you got the cards with you. So I got all those from him and I felt good helping support somebody that makes content that I enjoy. Also, His memes are pretty good, and he does poke a little fun at the stand and deliver type guys. So I can appreciate that as well. Weirdly enough, I made that Instagram post today, and then of course I jumped back and put them on here for the book of the week since Case's book is out of print. Take it easy, Scott. Hello, sir. He's in and he's out. So then I quickly went and got some links to, or got the link so I could share it with you guys. And while I was there, I saw he had something else that was new called under the digital download section. It is, what's he calling them? Training binders. So there's a tactical training binder, an operation order training binder, land nav training binder. And I think those are PowerPoints or print points if you're old school like me. And so I picked 2 of them and I bought those 2 because I wanted to see what they were like, but I kind of ran out of time to get ready for tonight and look at them. So I haven't really looked at them yet. You have to bear with me there. I'll go back to, I got the glare off my face when I didn't have a white screen on my teleprompter too. Anywho, he has another format of items as well that seem like they're probably pretty good. I just really haven't had a chance to look at them. I have no affiliate code or nothing like that. You could say, I suppose, if you bought stuff from them, you could drop me in the comment section. Does Etsy even have a comment section? I'm not sure. But if so, you could easily say, hey, Tremors Dynamics sent me. And let them know that we're spreading the word for him. I wonder where he's at. Anyone? Well, if any of you guys know Ben at Tactical Forge, and you know where he's from, as I can't say in any of the things I've watched, he has mentioned it. I don't know what the fuck he looks like either because he isn't in his videos other than sometimes his hands. But man, I'd invite him to come down to the muster, bring a bunch of stuff that he could sell, give a block of instruction on something small unit tactics if he wanted, like whatever. Like I like his content that much. So yeah, Tactical Forge over on Etsy is where he sells stuff. Instagram, YouTube, maybe the other places on the interwebs. Most people I think nowadays have are spread around a little bit with the old tweeter and then that kind of thing. Like fuck, I am on so many of them. I'm not awesome about keeping them updated. Let me see what ones I have a list here. So obviously I do. Oh, Will says he thinks he's in Ohio. Ohio would be great. He could drive here. Patreon, Twitter, Getter, Facebook, Mew or MeWe, whichever you say. LinkedIn. Obviously on Facebook and LinkedIn, I have a professional and a personal account on both of those, plus Truth, Threads, a TikTok that I never really use because I don't have it on my phone, Parler, and Rumble, and then let's not forget Instagram and YouTube. So, like I don't know why that all came up. Oh, that deal, it was mostly because he might be at other places. So if you don't like Instagram, for instance, you could probably find him on one of them other ones. I doubt he has all of those because most people aren't stupid enough to do that like I am. I don't know, everyone wants to know where he's at. And Kyle says he thinks he has an Amazon shop. So very nice. I would much rather buy stuff from Amazon than Etsy. It's just a nicer user interface than Etsy. Etsy is not the most friendly for people buying things. Is Threads worth getting? No. However, Threads is owned by Meta. So if you have an Instagram page, they're going to be like, hey, do you want to start a Threads with the same username? I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I usually, whatever time I post something on Instagram, I cross post it to Facebook and Threads. Although I don't really use Threads much. It's kind of like I'm going to say like retard Twitter. And maybe that's what Twitter used to be like, where people would just get on and be like, I went to the store today and I bought boba tea on my way home. That's their whole post. And I'm like, there's nothing funny in this. Or we're not going to like at least poke fun at some politicians. It's just like too many of the posts are people just documenting. They're like journaling their day. And I don't give a fuck. Like make me laugh or, evoke some sort of emotion, make it funny or like, fuck, I agree. I'm pissed off too. Or, oh man, what a cute dog, cause really that's the key. Put a puppy in it and you're like, oh, yeah. So, I was actually on, I opened Amazon to see if I could find an Amazon shop, Tactical Forge cards. I'm not seeing any of his products. I figured that would be, Tactical Knowledge playing cards. This looks like his brand is generic. I was hoping, yeah, so it's his cards, but where his logo is a black dot instead of his logo. So I don't know if somebody copied his or not. I was hoping I would see something that I'd be like, oh, that's obviously his product, and I could click on it, and then it would be like sold by, and because I'm not getting much, just looking for an Amazon shop. I'm going to share that with you guys too. I don't get a fucking thing for that. Like I don't get no kickbacks or nothing, but no, I'm not finding anything. So maybe he doesn't. Yeah, I guess the fact that I cross post my business stuff, Kyle, over to Threads, maybe somebody sees it. I mean, it's possible that I have a customer in the last year that's new that fell into Tremis Dynamics through Threads, in which case then I guess it'd be worth it. But otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, they are hoping someone else, anyone else in the world cares to see their fucking story. Well, it ain't this guy. Let me go back over to my list here. Book of the week. I have some news. So I am. Oh, that's a good question. Fuck it. We'll just go right to that question. I'll give you the other new info in a minute. Are T-Mags worth the money compared to a standard M3? I have no idea how much more a T-Mag costs than a Gen 3 P-Mag. I will say this. All my Gen 3 P-Mags are windowed, so I know they're like $1 or $2 more. I don't know what the retail price currently is on any of those. I know I don't pay retail price. I don't know what the dealer price is on them either. But I don't know if they perform any better than a normal PMAG, normal Gen 3 PMAG. I do know that you can identify the ammo that's in it a little easier because you can visually see it. So if it is green tip or A1 or tracers or Defiant or something that's noticeable, it makes it easier to be like, hey, that's the one. Personally, I have hundreds of Gen 2 PMags that are my training mags. And then my Gen 3 PMags, they're different than the Gen 2s. I can see that. All my Gen 3s have windows. So if I have a windowed PMag, it's like a go time mag because I can see the ammo, at least the case in it. I don't care about using it necessarily to like track how many bullets are left in the magazine. And they all have Defiant munitions in them of some type. And then I use the T-Mags for tracers and A1 because I can look at that spine or the opposite of the spine. And I can see what the bullet tip is and be like, oh, that is a tracer and that is A1. Oh, Shinde mentioned, yes. I forgot to do that. By the time I got home, it was closer to 2 in the morning, and I forgot all about it until just now. Shinde, the fellas who came out to Buddy Dynamics at the Calumet range earned themselves a Wolverine Warfare hint that I have to send out to them. So I will do that. I'll do it in the morning before I head back over to the Calumet range. If I remember. If you want to send me a text in the morning, I will put the hint out for you. Basically, it's going to be like a Wheel of Fortune hangman kind of hint. So, sorry, Shem. So there, we got that one question out of the way. The other question I have is very off topic, so we'll hold off and do that at the very end. Although, Tom Hollyby, if you're still with me, you will care about that the question at the end. Bill Crutcher says all his G3 are windowed and Gen 2 are solid. Gen 2 is training only as he got them stuck in rifles a few times, once at my class. I actually just saw a magazine at the Nods workshop on a guy shot the gun empty, bolt locked open, dumped the mag out, Gen 2 P mag in, and it over-inserted. It over-inserted to the point where like rifles were held down by people with stuck between legs and magazines were pried out. And it was, and we had to do it all in the fucking dark. Sonny, hello, sir. Good to see you. I did watch your live stream from yesterday. I watched it today. Like I always kind of watch it a day late. But the other memo. So some of you are aware that through my affiliation with First Wave Holsters, there is a off menu item, kind of like what's that burger joint out in California that makes mediocre burgers, that has like, you know, different menu items that are secret. So First Wave has a secret menu item as well, the Deep 6 holster. Some of you out here that are watching today have seen it. Some of you own it. And it holds a Ruger LCP. Well, now we have finally finished our working with the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Another little 380. But it's a stack and a half, like all the cool guns are nowadays. And so it's only about this much longer than an LCP with the flush magazine. So if you put the finger groove on your LCP, the Bodyguard 2.0 is like the same height. They're the same length, the same width, but it comes with real sights and it holds 10 rounds instead of 6. So played around with one, have some associates with another 4 or 5. Sorry. Pretty happy with the performance, although some of them do come with a tight chamber. It's a little out of SAMI spec. Some don't. So we're pretty stoked about the gun for a backup holdout pocket type gun, and First Wave will be making a holster for it in the style of the Deep 6, but since it holds 10, it's a 10 round gun, it'll be called the Deep 10 for the Bodyguard 2.0. Now, even better information, like the one thing that made me hesitant about the 2.0 The short chamber ones, like the rifling is just, it's actually measures too small for Sammy spec, but Smith doesn't, I don't know. They haven't done like a recall on it, but they're not all this way. So I don't know if it's like from a worn reamer, an undersized reamer. Regardless, some of them don't like some 380 ammos. One of those is Pete's Defiant ammo, because of the shape of it, the ogive or whatever, ogive, however you fucking pronounce it. It's the right length, but it's wider a little further out because of the shape of the hollow point. And some of them short chamber ones, it doesn't drop in all the way. So I asked Pete about it, and he says, yeah, they just have to use an actual in-spec reamer. And since the barrel is stainless, you don't have to worry about like eating through any chrome plating or anything. So Pete told me, hey, if you get one, my ammo doesn't go all the way in it. Just take the top half of that gun off and send it to me, and I will take it next door and ream it for free and turn it around and send it back. He would probably do that for any of his Defiant Munitions customers. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Pete's manufacturing facility is in the same fucking steel box that Barstow Barrels is in. So Barstow is the pinnacle of pistol barrel manufacturing. So if Pete can just walk it over and they will ream that to a correct 380 chamber, and he says 3 minutes tops, like from opening the package to closing the package back up. So if you buy a 2.0 and it won't fit Defiant Munitions, give Pete a call, say, hey, how can I get this to you? Oh, sorry, goddamn, what I got to do, and he'll help get you squared away. Just remember that when you buy ammo. We had the other one of the odd ammos we saw was PMC Ball 380. Got caught up in that short chamber, but only some of them had it. But now it's like a win-win-win. You can get a 10-round 380 that's tiny like an LCP. You can make sure that it works with Defiant Munitions from the folks at Defiant Munitions. And if you know somebody and know the secret method, you can get a Deep 10 holster for it too. So, oh, look at that. Pete is awesome. He called TJ to check on lot numbers. I actually talked to Pete on the phone today and yesterday. What an awesome dude. But their Deep 10 holster is coming out. Oh, by the way, the First Wave website is ready to start accepting orders for the Morningstar, the Lightbringer, and the Lux holsters. So the Morningstar is outside the waistband like an instructor holster, or the Shade O. But for TLR7 subs on the little guns, or TLR7 HLX for bigger guns, the Lightbringer is a inside the waistband holster. You can get it with soft loops or a monoblock for the same TLR7, either the sub or the HLX, depending on which gun it goes on. And the Lux is the appendix holster with a wing and a DCC Mod 4 shorty clip. Also, same gun, light combos, TLR7 sub, TLR7 HLX, depending which gun you get it for. Really, the only thing keeping me from putting it live is I don't have photos yet. So maybe tomorrow morning, I'll just put them live without photos. And as the guys get some of those holsters made, I'll add the photos as we go instead of waiting until we make some just for photos. You tell me what you think. And supposedly the new Surefire. Fuck. The small light. Something with a C in it. SCHC. Shit. Remember they had the little tiny light? Well, they have a third version of that looks a lot like a TLR7, I'm not going to lie. But it was supposed to fit TLR7 holsters. So if so, that was brilliant of them. And so that'd be another light that fits in it as well. But that's happening. Like they're ready to be on the website. All right. So I guess the only other thing, unless we got, wait, did I miss someone's question earlier? Said I'd come back to it. Iroquois Pliskin says, is it available left-handed? Yes, the Deep 6 and the Deep 10 will be available lefty. Super Red Hawk Alaskan Trempendix. Oh, Tom's had some bad luck with AK mags. I have two. I had a 40 round mag, 40 round 74 mag that fucking broke the locking tab off. It was plastic. Someone gave it to me. First time I stuck it in a gun, broke right off. All right, so I don't see any questions I missed. So the only other question I got, the off topic, way off topic, and it's almost 9 o'clock, was which in the 40K universe, if you were in it, which fucking nobody wants to be in it. Like it's weird thing about 40K. Like all sci-fi fans around everywhere, like they all kind of they talk about how awesome their setting is and how cool it would be to be a Jedi or you know, have a phaser, like whatever the fuck they know Star Trek for. No 40K fans would ever want to live in the 40K universe. But the question was if, because they know I'm a semi 40K fan, although more of a 30K fan. The question was, which chaos god would you fall to? So if you're a 40K nerd, you can pay attention. If you are not, you can turn it off now for all I care. So instantly I said, depending on trademark infringement, Malal or Malice. So way back in the day when 40K was fresh and new, there were 5 chaos gods. And Malice, which then was later changed to Malal or vice versa in order to not run afoul of somebody's intellectual property, was the chaos god that was so chaotic, it was the enemy of the other chaos gods. Like it was extra chaos because chaos was not chaotic enough. And I was like, oh, that totally sounds like me. Within the normal pantheon of 40K gods, I know what everyone's thinking, and they're probably wrong for those of you who follow 40K. Obviously, nobody would pick fucking Nurgle because he's like a god of disease. Typically, people would say, Slanesh, because it's the god of pleasure and excess. Not really my thing. So I assume most of you would have thought I would have picked Khorne, who is a god of fucking war and rage and shit like that. But I wouldn't have picked Khorne. I totally would have picked Tzeentch, who is a god of change and like knowledge. In the setting, it's forbidden knowledge, but as it turns out, I would probably most likely Khorne, or I just read Tom's post where he said Khorne. Tzeentch would be the one that grabbed me in. If depending on whether or not that setting actually has malice or not. So there you go. There's my fucking dork answer for this one of the 2 sci-fi settings that I actually have a little bit of reading in, Star Wars being the other one. Neither one am I an expert in, and I don't go so deep in the lore that it consumes my everyday. I don't have a beard only on my neck. I bathe, so I guess I'm not dorky enough to get into it too deep. But there we go. So 40K is Lovecraft, but in space. Got it. Oh, like Tyranids. I guess in that, yeah, no, it's worse. I would say so. Even the good parts are bad parts. Like there is no good part of it. Strangely enough, I'm pro Horus all the way until he fell to the Chaos Gods, and otherwise, I'm morally I would side with the Alpha Legion. Anyhow, that's that, and we hit all of our 9 o'clock. We're almost at a full hour. I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, answered a couple of questions, and hopefully you guys go buy some stuff from Tactical Forge. And if you can find John Case's small unit, let me get the name right again. Small Unit Tactics, the Modern Minuteman Handbook. If you can find it anywhere, you need to buy it. Because it being out of print just makes it cooler too. Oh, Tom says the Lion is the dude. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Dark Angels fan as well. They are my favorite Imperial force. Likewise, Alpha Legion is my favorite Chaos force. Harlequins are my favorite Eldar or any Xenos force. And if you look at all 3 of those, the thing they have in common is they have a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that the rest of the people don't know about. Like they're weaving their own web of shit and no one else is sure what it is, which is why I would probably fall to Zeech. Just saying. All right. So with that, I'm going to pop smoke and get out of here. I'll see you all next Wednesday. Remember, there is a malfunction workshop this Saturday in Sugarloaf. If you want to know how to keep your fucking gun running, this is the time to do it. Haven't run it in a few years. Probably won't run it for a few more years. Nobody likes spending all day fixing their fucking gun. So there you go. We'll see you after that. I'll give you a rundown of how that went, and we'll figure out what's happening next weekend. Take it easy.